Hi, in this video, we will solve example sums on the topic of issue of debentures as collateral security. We will discuss both the methods of treatment. So let's go to the example sum. Example sum: Essing Limited obtained a loan of Rs 5 lakh from State Bank of India at 10% interest. The company issued Rs 7,50,000 10% debentures of Rs 100 each in favor of State Bank of India as collateral security. We are asked to pass the necessary journal entries and also depict the balance sheet in each of the following cases. The first case, when the company decided not to record the issue of 10% debentures as collateral security. And the second case is when the company decided to record the issue of 10% debentures as collateral security. So now we understand that for case 1, we need to follow the first method. And in the case of the second case, we need to follow method 2. We'll begin with case 1, where we will follow the first method. We'll begin with the journal entries in the books of Essing Limited journal. We have date/serial number, particulars, LF, debit rupees, credit rupees. The journal entry to be passed for obtaining a loan, bank account debit to bank loan account. For loan borrowed from State Bank of India at 10% interest. The loan that is borrowed is Rs 5 lakh. This is the only journal entry that needs to be passed in the books of Essing Limited. Let's move on to the balance sheet. We leave space for the balance sheet and move on to notes to accounts. Note to accounts. We have particulars and the rupee column. The first note: there is nothing specified about whether the loan borrowed is a long-term loan or a short-term loan. So we'll assume it's a long-term borrowing. So long-term borrowing. Loan borrowed from State Bank of India. The loan borrowed 5 lakh rupees, and we need to make a mention that it is secured by issue of 7,500 10% debentures of Rs 100 each as collateral security. Next, we will complete the balance sheet. of Essing Limited as at 31st March dash, we have particulars, a note number and a rupee column. Please remember it's an extract. Roman number 1 is equity and liabilities. Under that 1, we will straight away go to non-current liabilities. Under that, A is long-term borrowing. The amount of the loan which is borrowed against note 1 is rupees 5 lakh. So the balance sheet is also done. So this is the answer or the preparation under the first method, method 1. The journal entry is just one journal entry which needs to be passed. And this is the way the balance sheet is to be depicted. Along with the note to accounts. Next, we'll deal with case 2. Let's move on to case 2, where we will follow the second method. Let's begin with the journal entries in the books of Essing Limited journal. We have date / serial number, particulars, LF number, debit rupees and credit rupees. The first entry is for borrowing of the loan from SBI, bank account debit to bank loan account. The loan borrowed is rupees 5 lakh. This is for loan borrowed from State Bank of India at 10% interest. Now in the second method, we need to pass a journal entry for the issue of debentures as collateral security. The journal entry is debenture suspense account debit to 10% debentures account. The amount is 7,500 debentures multiplied by rupees 100, the face value, amounts to 7,50,000 rupees. Narration: 7,500, 10% debentures of rupees 100 each, issued as collateral security. These are the two journal entries that need to be passed in the second method. Let's move on to the balance sheet. We will leave space for the balance sheet and go ahead with note to accounts. Note to accounts, particulars, and a rupee column. Against the first note, long-term borrowings, loan borrowed from SBI, at 10% interest. The amount of loan borrowed is 5 lakh rupees. Now in the second method, the issue of debentures as collateral security needs to be depicted like this. We will write 7,500, 10% debentures of rupees 100 each issued as collateral security comes up to 7,50,000 rupees in the inner column, less debenture suspense, we need to deduct 7,50,000 rupees and take the amount to the outer column as nil, and the final amount to be shown against long-term borrowings is 5 lakh rupees. So this is a change from the first method in the second method as far as balance sheet is concerned. Let's go ahead and complete the balance sheet. Balance sheet of S-Sing Limited as at 31st March dash, it's an extract. We have particulars, a note number and a rupee column. The Roman number 1, equity and liabilities. Under that, 1 is non-current liabilities. Under that, long-term borrowings. Against note number 1, the amount of the loan, which is 5 lakh rupees. So the solution is done. We'll view the answer. So we followed method 2 in this case, second case. We need to pass 2 journal entries, one for borrowing of the loan and an additional journal entry for issue of debentures as collateral security. That's the balance sheet in the top, followed by the note to accounts.